All right, I want to hear what you bought. What did you get on Prime Day? It just happened as of this recording about a week ago. What do we get, people? What are we looking at in our carts from Prime Day?
Well, I went in with a new strategy this year, right? So I went in and I window shopped for like 2 weeks, and I just kept adding all this stuff into my cart. I had about 45 items in my cart. It was like $1,500 or something like that. And then I was like, okay, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I was like, it should be like Christmas morning. I'm gonna wake up, and that $1,500 is gonna be $800, $900. I was like, yes. Woke up in that next morning, it was $20 cheaper.
Oh,
So I had
Oh my
whole
God.
so my whole strategy just, so I ended up having to go back through and kind of delete things out and move things in and stuff. So my big takeaway from that is everybody out there, discount on Prime Day for guys like me who are going to be doing that strategy. So anyway, I bought paper towels. I bought toilet paper, ibuprofen, Dayquil, NyQuil. Actually, pardon, don't get mad, but it was Amazon Basic.
God.
Yeah, I know.
Eric just loves losing these points in the rankings.
The brands are like, not Eric.
I know. I'm the worst, right? I am the worst. One of the things that I was actually just shows how much I love Amazon, is I'm going to lead, like, that's a good segue for this next part, is I broke down and I bought and I can't say it too loud because it's going to kick in, but I bought one of those Echo shows, and they're
We did too.
It's fantastic.
We did too.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing. And the speaker is legit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's basically just a speaker with a screen on it. It's super dope.
Dang.
I was able to wash dishes with some tunes going. I hooked it right up to my Spotify.
There you go.
Fantastic.
I have mine muted right now because we were talking about Echo earlier, and mine, I don't know, does yours activate with Echo or Alexa?
I haven't said it. Well,
give it a test. Live test.
Like there.
It's way over there.
Oh,
it'll never hear me.
Yeah.
Or if it does, then I'll be yelling on the thing, and then it'll be bad for our viewers out there.
Yeah. Even though you're not buying, independent brands besides, Amazon, right, Eric? You did find enough time during the day to do some referrals, right? I think you sent me over an amazing referral for some Red Bull, right? You sent me a link. We couldn't believe it. Red Bull was like, for the 8-ounce can, it was like a little over $1 a can. So we bought a case. Yeah. Normally it's, it's, I don't know, gosh, $3 a can or something like that. So we saved a massive amount, and we kind of do the same strategy, Eric. The kids, we kind of share our account. They keep on adding all their crap that they want, and I keep deleting it out of the shopping cart, of course. But I think the big purchase this year, because a couple of years ago I bought the spa. I bought that spa, the inflatable spa, which is still ticking outside. It's now my mosquito pit. No, I'm just kidding. I actually breed mosquitoes now. I don't know if you know that.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. I've got, West Nile in the backyard. And no, the big purchase this year was we bought a magnetic resistant rowing machine. Amazing. I haven't got it yet.
A rowing?
But it's
the rower, right? Yes, you sent us that. I was like, what are you talking about?
Rowing machine, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Super excited about that. We did get the Echo show. So, Eric, I think we got a dual purchase there. That little thing packs a punch for sure. The speakers are amazing. But yeah, a lot of discounts. But, one thing I did see, wasn't too sure about it, is I went into the best deals, or into the deals for Prime Day deals, and I selected the 70% off or greater. Okay. And what I did see in there was quite interesting, was they had a cross out markdown sale, right? The cross through, the strike through pricing. the item was listed at strike through pricing $1,995, and they had 90% off. But then what I did is I looked at the historic data. That thing only sold for $249 throughout the whole year or two it's been on Amazon. So I wasn't too sure how they were able to get the strike through pricing on there. I thought that was quite interesting. I saw a lot of little stuff like that floating around out of Amazon.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that in a little bit here. But like, we kind of wanted to start today's like conversation just a little bit, kind of going through our experiences, because like when you're a seller on Amazon, the best way to kind of understand who you're selling to is to actually shop on Amazon yourself. And so, like, what one of the things is like James was doing was he was going into, like he said, 70% or more, right? So there's little buckets for you to kind of strategize some of your discounts based on some of those. I want to get like mix it in on that. One of the main things is, so like James mentioned that I was able to, James is always kicking back Red Bulls. My big strategy when I'm kind of window shopping on the day is you go up to the top left-hand corner. If you're on your browser, it'll say Prime Day deals. Click that button and they change all day, and you just kind of scroll and go through pages. And that's kind of where I saw that Red Bull. So like, if you are not doing that Prime exclusive discount to mix into that event, you could possibly be missing out on a lot of window shoppers who guessed wrong in their carts and had to pivot to find the right correct products priced in their wheelhouse or ballpark. Sorry.
Yeah, the app gives you some really cool subcategories and filters, right? Sorting and filters. A lot of people don't even play with that, right? They don't even explore. Like I this is the first year I knew it was there, but I never played with it, right? So I said I wanted a big discount. So yeah, it should be everything that had either limited time deal, Prime exclusives, daily deals, you name it, was all in there. And some of the stuff was pretty solid. How true it was in regards to the actual discount, I'm not too sure. Maybe they inflated the price a little bit, but it did enhance my shopping experience, right? Everybody loves a good deal. And I think we found ourselves as a family not making a lot of purchases for about 3 or 4 weeks because we knew the event was coming up. And we told the family, just add it to cart, and during Prime we'll have a look and see. And we pulled the trigger on quite a few items by doing that. So I did notice some savings there, but it was kind of fun. We did it as a family, so that was kind of cool.
There you go. Yeah, I told all my friends know that I work for Amazon, so they're always asking. I'm sure you guys got this a lot too, but they're always asking, and no offense to my friends, but they're always asking those dumb questions of, do you get an Amazon exclusive world, Amazon-wide discount because you work with Amazon and blah, 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 and what are the best what are the best deals? Like, no? What do you think this is?
Crazy friends.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about? They were asking, like, what's the best deals? I said, well, what do you need? You shouldn't just buy something just to buy something. Like, maybe shopping is your therapy, fine, whatever, but you should be looking for things like Eric did, like looking for essentials that you need for the house that you might be able to get discounted, as opposed to going to the grocery store and paying full price, because grocery stores don't participate in Prime Day. Not yet anyway, I guess. Maybe Whole Foods might, but you got to find the things that you need. You shouldn't be buying things just to buy things. So
that's like my main strategy on the Amazon big events is like paper towels. I didn't realize paper towels are like $400 a sheet.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. So I was able to buy like 6 paper towel rolls for like $40 on sale, like, so that kind of stuff. So kind of keep like, yeah, sure, TVs and things are all sexy and they're fun, but the stuff that you need is the way to go. Toilet paper, garbage bags, medicine. I bought a few, or I bought the what is it? The medical kits or the safety first aid kits.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Yes. There you go. First
medical kits.
Yeah, I got there. We took we got there together.
Took the long way around.
That's right.
A couple of things though, when you as you're a buyer, right? You're a shopper, you're a customer. One thing that Amazon doesn't really advertise on is, did you know you can thank your driver and Amazon will actually tip them extra for you on behalf of themselves? So all you have to do is when you're in your app, you type in "thank your driver" in the search, and it'll pop up next to your order, and it'll say "thank you for thank you," and they'll give them more incentive. They'll give them a discount. I'm not discount. They'll give them I believe it's an extra tip from what I've heard, which is pretty cool.
It's like I think it's some sort of percentage on there.
I think nobody else in Velocity ever has brought that up in the history of bringing things up for James. So good job. I'm glad that you said it and nobody else said it ever once.
To add on to,
I think you have, haven't you?
I think it was just you, right? Pete never said it.
No, definitely. I've never brought it up at a team meeting where we were playing a fun Amazon Jeopardy. Ever? No, never.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you guys are beating me up.
No, it's a great reminder that the people that are delivering your products are human, and they are working hard to get you your things in a timely manner, especially on a busy, crazy day like Prime Day. It's also a reminder to sellers, like, hey, the people that are dropping these products off are also human. So just another thing. But also with you guys, with your brand new Echo shows, if you say whatever the wake up word is, Echo or Alexa, whatever it is, Honey, whatever you want to call it, thank my driver, the device will actually do the same thing, as long as your Amazon account is linked to your device. So very cool stuff. Definitely something that everybody watching, please, for the thousands of viewers we get, and that's a little bit of a humble brag, for the thousands of people that are going to watch this, please tell your Echo to thank your driver, your Alexa, your whatever Amazon device. Like James said, James's original idea, go into your Amazon app and type in "thank my driver," and give those people the credit where credit is due. And that's a great segue into our next kind of topic, is looking at how many products were delivered and how much volume was moved on this day. I'm excited to kind of hear some stories from you guys on your accounts, and I'd love to talk more about how Amazon is kind of sneakily a little bit hiding kind of the true number and kind of how much was sold. They haven't put something out about that. Their press release did not include a dollar value on how much money was moved around on Prime Day. They just said that shoppers saved millions of dollars in coupons and all that kind of good stuff. Whereas in years prior, the first thing they said was, hey, we sold $7.3 billion. This, or not we, but, sellers sold $7.3 billion in product on Amazon this year on Prime Day. The press release came out, and it was not as, I saw some people on LinkedIn and just all around the community kind of questioning, like, where's the number? Where's the dollar value? So I'm interested to kind of hear, again, a lot of topics in that statement there, but interested to hear about your thoughts on that, and then we can get into maybe some successes and some wins from our accounts as we recap this Prime Day.
I haven't really checked out like the official Amazon stuff, or like you said, Pete, you were, like, before we even started recording, you were saying like, hey, kind of looking for some of that information, but I'm guilty. I haven't. I've just been kind of poking into like Velocity sellers accounts and things, and I can say that we went up 37% year over year from Prime Pay or units ordered. We were up almost to 40. It was like high 37%, which is great. We were up. Let's see here. I got some numbers here. We're up total about. No, that's probably not real number, but it says I'll have to dive into that a little bit more. It just seems too big, right?
Too good to be true. Too good to be true.
No. Okay, so I was hesitant because it says we're up 60%. Prime Day this year versus Prime Day last year. That number seems really high. It's probably true. Well, I'm just a little hesitant to say it because like that's a huge deal. I was trying to poke around too to see like what the conversion rate, how the conversion rates were compared to not on Prime Day versus what was on Prime Day. I did kind of a quick poke in, kind of did a spot check, and it kind of looks like anybody that didn't participate in Prime Day did see a little bit of a dip, which is interesting. So I don't have, like I said, I just did kind of a spot check. I don't have take this next portion with a grain of salt. This could just be my opinion. I didn't dive totally into it, but it seems like it's been about 1 to 2% dip in conversion rate. My guess is that people are going and poking into that listing that they were kind of looking at, possibly the same way that I was shopping,
adding
where I have
cart,
it in my and then you kind of bounce out because the deal wasn't there. So it's potentially that could be it. And then while I'm talking about that, and that's like a lot of stuff happening here in this like right now, but I wanted to kind of poke into like brand tailored discounts. We had a couple of team members that were trying to set up a strategy where we go into Prime Day at whatever discount is, like 20% off or whatever they were working on. But then they wanted to capture that brand tailored promotion, right? Under advertising, there's a brand tailored promotion, and then you can capture abandoned carts, right? There's different options. Now, what we discovered though is that promotion refreshes weekly. Okay, so if you're not on that cadence, if you're like, okay, so I'm going to capture Wednesday to Sunday, or like Thursday to Sunday, pardon. So if you did Tuesday, Wednesday, obviously Prime Day, then you're like, brand tailored did promotion Thursday, Sunday to give people that chance to get that product at 20% off. You're missing the Prime Day audience because it refreshes every week. So we were still in that same week. So be careful there.
Okay. Interesting to note.
It's stackable, right? Right. Those are stackable promotions.
Yeah, it can be. I think you can. And the nice thing too about brand tailored promotions is they finally are letting you exclude certain SKUs. Before it was basically all or nothing. And now at this point now you can actually, branch those out a little bit differently. So if you are currently trying to capture your Prime Day stuff, you still have opportunities because, like I said, it refreshes every week. Yep. So create one of those right now.
Yeah, get on that and check out how many people maybe abandoned cart, or maybe see did they go to someone else? Did they find a better deal somewhere? Maybe prep for I'm sure a lot of this data can help you for upcoming Prime Days, and of course fall Prime Day if that happens. That's happening in October. I assume it would be. I don't know why they wouldn't. That was a big deal when they added that. What was that, 2 years ago now? It was the first fall Prime Day.
But it's sorry to be that guy.
Be that guy. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be the guy. It's big deal days. So that way, when we're talking Prime Day is in July, big deal days is in October, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is in November.
You better get it, Pete. You better.
Big deal days? I don't think I've ever heard that term in my entire life.
It's Amazon big deal days. Google that.
I'm Googling right now. Fact check it on the spot.
Fact check. Do it.
We'll wait with my discounted Red Bull.
I got to find it from Amazon because everyone here is saying Amazon had held second Prime Day,
too.
Prime Day 2, Prime Day the second, PD2,
fully
FPD.
Loaded though. Screw that sugar.
I'll look up big deals day.
I'll help you Google.
Please.
When is Amazon's big deal day?
Not to be that guy, Eric, but it is Prime Big Deals Day. Not just Big Deals Day.
Nice.
That's fine. That's fine. You were more wrong than I was.
I was more wrong. Although I will say that
as a win.
I was only off by one. We were both off by one word. You forgot Prime. I added fall. So Prime, I said fall Prime Day. It's Prime Big Deal Days.
You guys are killing me.
It's Prime Big Deal Days. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, yeah, they're gonna do PBDD this year. And not F.
Do you need a prescription for that?
I gotta think about that. With my Philly accent. Wooder.
Well, but real quick too, and we're kind of jumping all over the place. This is the wild episode, you guys.
Yes.
So here's the thing: is we just got done with Prime Day. Now's the time to start thinking about big deal days. It's coming fast. You got 1 month, and you got to have your inventory in. You got to have all your stuff ready. So it's going to work out the exact same. They'll send you some dates here soon. For Prime Day in July, you had to have your inventory checked in, receiving in by June 20th. So what was that? About 25 days, 30 days, or whatever that math is. So think of your mind, if historically big deal days in October was mid-month, you're going to probably need to have your inventory ready to go by September 15th. If you had a killer Prime Day and you are waiting to get restocked by your Chinese factory or wherever, make sure you put that order in now. If your lead time is 90 days, you're barely going to make it, if at all. So get your air freight your stuff in as fast as you can. Get ready. It's coming fast. Tomorrow is going to be August. The next day after that's going to be October, and then before you know it, you're going to already be at Christmas. So keep that in mind, you guys.
You're going to need definitely, like Eric said, if your lead time is high, order that now. And I would say, and I think Eric, you said this, but I don't know if you would. I assume you would agree on it, but it would be worth it to pay the extra to air freight it than to miss out on, like, the opportunity cost would be much higher
Well,
than if you were to,
that's not for a debate, Pete.
Well, it depends on the product. It depends. Listen, it depends on the margin. Depends on
you
your
want
products.
to make sure. Yes. There you go.
Do the cost analysis, but for the most part, this is one of the 2, 3, I guess now, biggest shopping days of the year. Not only just for your revenue, your sale, your volume, but also just for your keyword ranking, your brand awareness. Maybe you get who knows? Maybe this is your big break. You get discovered on PBDD, PB and now all of a sudden you're crazy, you're insane, your growth takes off. People now know who your brand is. Maybe you even go on Good Morning America. I don't know. Either way, you don't want to miss this opportunity.
No, you definitely don't. And what I did see, though, I was not influenced by it, but it's definitely something that I'm going to be looking at a little bit further. Is I did see when I was in the Aspire, when I was in the Amazon app, I saw tons and tons of influencers this time around. I don't know if just because I'm a little bit more aware inside the app. And recently I was just at a show and was talking with a lot of brands. No one knew what it was. Even as an end user, they're like, oh, that's what that little play button is in Amazon app. But yeah, tons of influencers that are out there. Amazon Lives, you can purchase deals through that way as well. I thought it was really cool. I think Amazon's starting to really get into the game of social influence type of sale. There it is. There it is. That little play button. Play.
Right? So who's gonna win? So then here's your Inspire.
There it is.
There you go.
It's like an endless scroll of influencer stuff.
Yep.
So this is where, and James, I'll throw it back to you, but this is kind of where our posts would go. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Post and well, that play is where your lives are sitting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Your influence lives are sitting there. Yeah, isn't that cool? So when you follow a brand on Amazon, so where you want to do, whenever you're on a listing and just kind of underneath the title, it says it'll have a hyperlink to the store, right? You can click that link, go to the store, and there's a little follow button. Click that follow button if you are really interested in that brand, because you get notified through the app when that brand's voice is being broadcasted. So you'll be notified of that. So I just think it's really cool as the consumer starts getting more and more aware of the little widgets, because everybody knows TikTok Shop, right?
Yeah.
My kids know TikTok Shop, right? But now, hey, you can have a pretty decent, similar experience on Amazon now, which is kind of cool. So
yeah. Now I know this was their attempt at, again, like you said, a scrolling social media type of vibe. And I have no doubt that it is, probably influenced a lot of sales. I know people eat that stuff up these days of saying, okay, I trust this micro influencer with, 5,000 followers. I trust their review on this particular product, and it works. UGC really, really does work on Amazon. So something to consider if you haven't tried it out yet. That could be the next, again, angle for you to help you break into the next level of sales volume that you can do on Amazon.
Yeah. And because this episode's a mess, let's just kind of keep it messy, and let's go into so like as a seller, everybody might be familiar with like Helium 10, Jungle Scout, like all of these different tools that are able to kind of track some of that data.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as I was shopping, I was like, I don't want to like use my stuff. Like I don't want to use the big guns while I'm shopping, for my personal stuff.
Yeah.
So I use Honey.
Oh yeah.
So I have Honey.
Yeah.
The Google the Chrome extension.
Yeah, Chrome,
yeah.
the one
Okay,
and
yes.
only,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
It's PayPal, right? It's a PayPal company, I think.
Is it really?
I'm not sure,
I'll fact check
but
that.
like
Keep going.
it was telling me if the seller was actually like ripping me off, or
Really?
if they were actually doing a sale.
Wow.
Because it'll tell you like this is a good deal. So it works just like Helium 10 does with the price and the BSR kind of stuff, but they basically track just like, hey, this was cheaper 40 days ago. this was cheaper, what, like if it's a Prime exclusive discount, it has to be the cheapest in the last 30 days. But if I went outside of the Prime Day deals tab, right, I might think that that's a good deal, but actually it's a better deal at a different time. Like, like it's not the old days anymore where a seller can be like, you know what, I'm going to jack my price and then bring it back down to regular MSRP. You can't really do that. There's like things in Amazon that stop you from doing that, but also like, just I want all brands to be aware of like, a lot of times people get caught up in like buy box and lowering price and all this stuff, but you still got to remember that you're a brand and people can see, like, have more visibility to your brand more than ever with these tools like Camel, Camel, Camel and Honey. And they're going to be able to tell if you're taking advantage of them. So you as a brand and a seller need to make sure that you're showing consistency so people can trust you. And that way people feel safe to buy your products and will continue to buy your products. And then going back to what James is saying, click that follow button. Like, people will start following you if they start to trust you. And then if they follow you, I think James was even saying that he was getting a newsletter or like an Amazon email from the deals and things like that. And you can start to get more momentum than trying to
cheese it,
play that, like,
sneak it a little bit,
cheese the system and like lowering price and stuff like that. The best path forward is always going to be consistent branding, consistent messaging, and like a high quality, desirable product.
Amen. No, I agree. I use one called Coupon Bird. It does the same thing. It just scans. It looks for like coupons that people have used and kind of will like copy and paste them into your coupon bar. Can't really do that on Amazon so much, but it's just one of those things. Also, to fact check.
Go on. Yep, fact check. Go on. I want to hear it.
PayPal acquired Honey Science Corporation for $4 billion back in 2020.
Wow.
Back in January of 2020, pre-COVID.
Do this.
You could believe that.
Take.
Wow.
That was another time period. But James, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, when you have the Coupon Bird and Honey, it's a pain in the butt if you have both extensions going. They'll want to fight for that referral, right? So be careful. Be careful on how many extensions you got going on.
Yeah, I have to delete. I'll have to pick one because I have Coupon Bird right now.
It ruins the
but it hasn't. I hate to. I will not say anything about it because they have helped me out every now and then.
They work really well. As a brand, you could actually have a business account in Honey. I don't know if you know that, and you could actually preload your coupons in there as well. I used to use it all 2020 back in the day. No, before that I was able to use it, and so you can do preset, but also there is a feature there where you or I can load a coupon if we see it and it's active. You can load your own.
Very cool.
So
no, there's a lot to talk about. Like I said, Prime Day is the biggest. I would say it's the biggest shopping day of the year. I think it definitely rivals Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I don't know if you guys would agree with that in terms of sales volume, but
the problem is now, I wouldn't say problem. It's everybody's catching on now, right? So now you have Target, you have Walmart, and we can
talk about that too,
right?
Mm-hmm.
You got everybody just tipping their toe in it and trying to take that share away. That's always fun, right? That's always.
I want to get into also about why Amazon, or how not so much why, but they did not put out a number value this year. They just put out, they did not put out a dollar value this year. I've got the post up from July 18th, 2024 for Amazon Press. And they do not have a number value. They just said that independent sellers sold more than 200 million items during the Prime Day event. So it's interesting. And I wonder if they didn't release the number because maybe it wasn't as good as they expected it to be. Maybe it didn't beat last year's. Maybe it didn't match their predictions. And then the other question there, the follow-up to that is, why didn't it meet their expectations? Why didn't we break last year's number? Was it because these places like Temu and Shein are on the rise and people just want a cheap product? Was it because Walmart did a little bit of a troll move and put their Prime Day? I think they called it the Prime, or the Walmart Big Deals Day. No, I forget what they called it, but they called it something like that. And it was the week before Amazon Prime Day, and so were people out shopped? Were they, did they not want to? They already got their stuff on Walmart. They need to get it on Amazon. It's very interesting to see.
I heard
they were.
Sorry, Eric. Well, I heard that they were gonna post it, but CrowdStrike, something about an update, so they weren't able to send out the official numbers. I'm just kidding. That is totally farce information, but it could happen.
Get this guy fact checked. Microsoft, the internet outage, the great internet outage of 2024.
Yeah, the date is on its way.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it could be. I mean, it could be anything. It could be like it's an internal decision for Amazon. It could be that, if they posted, hey, great profit, businesses now are getting a lot of, scrutiny for profit and then wages. So maybe, and I'm not to try to get into the weeds or being controversial here, but maybe they didn't want to show their profit and have their employees be upset, or maybe like you said, it wasn't as good as last year, or it's an internal discussion that Amazon's having.
Yes.
But what we're seeing is that it was a pretty good one this year for us. Everything seems to be up on our side with the agency side, which means if we're up, then most sellers are up. So things are looking good. But like, gosh, I had a thing and then I forgot what I was gonna say. But like if we, I guess I don't know, but if we pivot over to some problems, I do have some problems that I would love to kind of chat about, Pete, but I'm not sure if you're done with this.
No, we can very easily. I love talking about Amazon as long as there's something to talk about.
Come on, Eric.
Yeah.
Tell us your problem.
Yeah. Here we go. You guys are cheaper than a therapist. Here we go. Number one. I have low self-esteem. No. So the main thing that we got going on Amazon is this year is we were like, hey guys, let's get everything prepped early, and so that was our big push over on our end, and so we got everything done, and then we got errors, right? I'm sure everybody got some errors. Prime exclusive discounts got some errors, and what's really interesting now is, I think we've talked about this in the past, but we can kind of revisit it here. But now under the pricing health in your search bar up on your Seller Central account, if you type in pricing health, there is all sorts of new details about pricing on Amazon. And what we've discovered here now is that they are clarifying your reference price a little bit more in detail. And so your reference price indexes and is kind of like a number of average sale for the last 60 days. If you ran into an issue where you created a new listing within 30 days, you might have run into an issue that says no reference price. And then you're like, whoa, what is a reference price? Well, that's what that is. So it's the average selling price in the last 60 days that Amazon is going to scrape an index. And then our go-to for that, we used to do like a coupon, and now Amazon is using the reference price for the coupon, so that's no longer a strategy. So what we used to do too is when we would launch a new product, we would put it on sale, maybe using a coupon, and we'd go into Vine. You do all those things, right, to get as many like shoppers buying that product to get that price index and all that. But now they're kind of cutting us off a little bit here. So you have to be really strategic on that stuff. So if you have new product launching, make sure you're thinking in your mind, okay, when is my product going to be, landed? When am I being able to get it to FBA? When is the big deal day? When is Prime Day? When is Black Friday, Cyber Monday? When was my listing created? Do I have a reference price? If I don't, I am not going to be able to really participate in those big sales, because without that reference price, that you no longer can do coupons, you can't do a Prime exclusive discount, and you're not going to be able to do an ASIN level slash through price as well. So you got to start thinking in your head, like, how do I get this thing off the ground? How do I plan ahead? And I don't know, James, if you were seeing the same kind of thing.
Absolutely, all the above. It's real challenging, especially we launched some products probably within the last 45 days, right? That didn't qualify for that. So what we had to do, obviously, is like Plan B, which was a coupon. But then we got the errors out on the coupon side. So Plan C was markdown sale, right? But that's getting no traction, and you might not even get a strike through on that because there's no reference price. So that was real difficult. One thing that we did, mark down for the future for Q4 of some of those challenges, but lots of data, lots of data issues, right? It's not, whether they're self-induced, because a lot of times when we get clients, the data's kind of messy, so it takes some time to clean up that data. But one of a few things that you can do, obviously, you want to, when you do a launch, is get that vine going. What we tried to do as well is we tried to do some posts to get some outside traffic on there. We told the ad team, hey, maybe put a little bit more visibility on this. You can put it on your storefront, right, in a section there to drive traffic to. But they really made it a little bit more difficult this year to made us work for it a little bit harder, right? But I'll be interested to see what else comes up. They always do this at this time of year, right in the middle of a big event. They're just like, changes, let's make changes, let's go for it. Amazon, would be nice if you kind of give us a little fair warning that this is coming, so
heads
we can
up.
prepare. But that might be a big ask, but that would be kind of nice. It's always challenging.
Well, James, like when now it's going to be like kind of like we're going to have to start having conversations with the client a little bit more now, right? Because before be like, okay, we have all these backup plans, but now they're like, sorry, you can't do it, right? So I'm wondering if now we're going to actually have to start talking about social media. Like that might have to be an Amazon launch strategy now, where we're going to launch an ASIN, and now you're going to have to post it on Facebook to get some of that traffic coming in, just to kind of buy it. Like if they're following you on Facebook, they're going to be one of your brand followers, and then you're going to take the hit maybe marginally from them shopping off like from your website like you normally would like. But now they're going to come to Amazon, and then now you're going to buy it from Amazon, and now they're going to hopefully start tracking or like getting that reference price indexed for you. So that'll open up the tools that you're going to need for these certain holidays and certain.
It's almost like they do it purposefully to help drive.
That's what I'm thinking.
Off platform, right? Attribution, set that up. I still think there's still, it's still a solid strategy, just because like, especially like on Facebook, you're able to do demographic, you're able to do geo-targeting, you're able to do a little bit more specific. We were talking to a client the other day that has logos or contracts or licenses for all these different universities, and they're just like, how do we target people in specific states or cities? And I was like, well, that's where your social play comes in. Just because you have those features available right now off platform, and you can drive that traffic to Amazon, they'll pay you for it, right? Brand referral bonus. Amazon understands. You can do attribution, so you can monitor your KPIs. But yeah, you got to be, now it's I think the whole thing, I did hear a rumor. It has been confirmed. I don't know if everybody remembers back in the day, there was Amazon Launchpad.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody familiar with Launchpad?
Yep.
That is back in the mix. I just found out a few last week that they're rehashing that, but it is a case-by-case basis, right? We'll see if you qualify, but I thought that was super, super cool that they're bringing that back. I'm very interested to see what other widgets and gadgets are in the Launchpad.
Do you know if it's still like $1 gazillion, or are they doing it cheaper?
No idea, because it was $1 gazillion. Then they made it free.
Yeah.
And then they took it away, and now they're bringing it back. So now I don't know.
Okay. All right. We'll have to check on that then. Yeah. A good call out.
Yep.
Yeah, it was mainly the reference price is really what hit us hard. I didn't see any silly errors too much. Oh, I did see some stuff that and I'm not exactly sure what caused it, but it would come in and it would be in the Prime exclusive discount, and the error would be no offer available. and I go and I check that ASIN, and there definitely is inventory. The offer is available. What we ended up having to do there is we just had to make sure that Amazon refreshed that listing. And so there was some sort of data mix up or data, something was broken on that inventory connected to that ASIN to make that eligible for that Prime deal. So check your refresh on your listings whenever you run into that, if that's something similar. I'm sure everybody would just run to seller support and be like, anyway, but quick fix is just refresh that listing.
Yeah, good
Very
call.
cool.
Good call on that.
Yeah, and I know there were some other problems with Amazon. I hate to call them out, but some other problems of Amazon kind of shutting down a little bit. The ads console broke overnight, and I don't know if that was a big problem for anybody. I don't see that being too big of an issue.
I think it was down for 3 hours,
3 or 4,
right?
Yeah.
It was like 3 hours.
So what?
I think, wasn't it?
Can you run us through kind of for those who for somehow maybe missed that, maybe they were asleep and woke up and didn't realize it? What happened and how did it affect a lot of sellers?
A little bug went into the computer and was flapping around. Oh, sorry. No, wrong.
I don't really know what happened, but we were flying blind.
We were.
So like if your budgets are close to being out or like any sort of anything, we weren't able to access any of that to make any adjustments, to do anything. And I think it was for about 3 hours. I think I was made known aware of it about 10 p.m. and it looked like it came back about 1 a.m.
Okay.
Central time for me. So it might have been different.
Yeah, there's really nothing that you can do in those cases. It does happen. I think I saw that last year during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They had some intermittent consoles go down. Even I think logging in wasn't available as well on Seller Central in some cases. So you just have to be prepared, right? When that happens, you can't do anything. Just don't yell at your ads manager at that point.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's nothing
like that Lion King song, right? Be prepared. Anybody?
Kuna Matata.
There you go.
Well, that one
means no worries.
that one could apply too. But wasn't there a Be Prepared song? Like when it wasn't that?
Oh man,
Lion
I feel like
King,
such a
Be
fake
Prepared?
Disney fan.
He's gonna fact check.
Be prepared. It's like, right?
Be
That's
prepared.
Lion King,
the
right?
song by Lion King. That is the song. That
It
Little
is?
Scar sings that, and the hyenas sing that. Eric. So of course no one remembers that.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna ask. I don't know if I think I told you guys. My Maddie and her family are very big Disney people. So I'm gonna ask her if she knows that song. I'm sure she'll say yes, but. That's a good one. I forgot that one, so I'll give you a point there, Eric. I forgot that song.
Just a point.
But you're right.
You know we're keeping score. Where's the score?
I've been keeping
We're
score.
always
I've been keeping
keeping
score the whole time.
Always
Always
I've been keeping score since
the
I
whole
was
time.
hired. Come on.
You're
Like-
keeping score, right?
in everything in life, James. Always keep
Oh,
keep tab.
no.
Always
you know?
keep score.
No.
Always. Always.
How do you know if you're winning or losing? You know,
I'm always winning.
There you go.
but how do you know?
Yeah, that's true. That is
Yeah.
true. That is
Yeah.
true. Oh man.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm excited to. Like I said, I'm happy you guys were able to jump on and we could talk about this. I don't know. I really got my points out of the way. I don't know if you guys saw any crazy events besides the ads console crashing, which is great if that was the only one. I don't think I heard anything else ridiculous coming out of the Prime Day in terms of disasters, but
It's pretty smooth. It was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, like we kind of breeze through a bunch of stuff, right? This one, this cast or pod. Do you call it a cast or podcast? Like, what do the kids say?
Podcast. The episode,
Cast? Okay.
maybe
Yeah,
episode.
whatever.
Stars.
So in this, so like if anybody out there is like, hey, tell us more about this, tell us more about that, let us know. We can kind of do a deep dive right now because we're kind of just fresh out of it. We're still kind of gathering data. We're still kind of checking things out. Just let us know. And maybe you guys ran into some problems and you're still working on the problems. Maybe something happened and we went down. Maybe you had a competitor like. I mean, there's a known thing where a competitor takes all your inventory, and does like the
hijack.
I think James, you ran into that issue a year or two ago.
Did.
And I can just let you speak about that. I mean, did anybody out there run into this? James, go ahead.
Which incidents when someone
The It was like when somebody put all the inventory in their cart.
Oh, that was
something.
Sam. So that was another brand manager. What basically happened was bad actor, right? Another seller, pop-up seller, just popped up out of nowhere and did a purchase on the existing inventory, but held it there. So the inventory was out, assigned, right? So they didn't have anything to sell. Crazy. And then what they do is then return it, and then it comes back. I think there's some things in place now, but another thing that we did that happened all the time with that particular account, I don't know why they must have made someone really mad, is they'll jump onto the listing and then drop the price like super super low, price alert it would kick all the deals out. We file a complaint or whatever the case is. We went through the proper procedure. They dropped off, and then a brand new seller account was created, and it's just this repetitive thing. Another issue that we had, a bad actor would do a fraudulent complaint against the brand, created a storefront in China, loaded products up there like a shopping cart, and then said it was a IP violation, but it was the brand. So how Amazon is you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent, and it took the brand down for about a week or two weeks.
Dang.
No sales. Yeah, no sales. But we documented and so forth. So there are a lot of bad actors out there. You just have to navigate and try to pivot as best you can. But yeah, they do some shady stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. Like, let's kind of go back just real briefly here, like to like Walmart. Walmart has been kind of sneaking in, just kind of like what your bad actors are talking about, James, right? So Walmart's going to come in maybe like as soon as Prime Day is announced. Walmart then will announce their sale after they know when Prime is, so then they can start tanking your Amazon listings ahead of Prime Day, and then start to kind of grab some of that market. Now, it's super frustrating, but there's not a whole lot you can do. So if you're a seller that sells on both platforms, you got to participate in both, and it's potentially going to take your ASIN down for 2 days, 3 days before Prime Day goes live, where you're matching the same discounted price. Because again, remember, you have to be the lowest price on the internet to participate and play with Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of even when you don't have a presence on Walmart, right? So you have a brand presence on Amazon, you have a 3P or bad actor will list that product on Walmart, lower the price, Amazon scrapes it, and then price alerts your listing, right? And you're just like, well, we have even people that have segmented products, right? Different products for different marketplaces. Again, it's hard to combat those 3Ps or bad actors out there trying to list your product or your brand. So it almost forces you to have to go into those marketplaces. It's really, there's a lot of different strategies in play now. You really have to think about how are you defending that? Are you have to create a Walmart account at that point, jump onto the listing, and then report those violations. But it's extra work. Who's doing that? As a business owner, you don't have a team that does that. It could be just, yourself, right? It could be a 2-man op. It could be just, it's so difficult nowadays. So yeah, you just have to be real cautious of that, or why is our sales down? Well, that could be the underlying question that you ask yourself. Why is our sales down? So what is the first thing that you do? Usually you're micro focused in the platform that you're in. You don't go look at other platforms. You don't go look at Walmart and see if your brand's being hijacked over there and taking those sales away. You have no idea. So you definitely have to be really, eyes everywhere, so to speak. Instead of, blinders on. You really have to look at big picture.
And the other thing too, what's super interesting, because you brought it up, where you said you were going to I don't think you used this word, but like diversify, right? So you have, let's say you're going to do like just stuff exclusively on Amazon, just stuff exclusively on Walmart, maybe even Target, Kroger's.
Yeah.
I'm in Minnesota. There's no
Fruity
Kroger's.
There's
Yeah,
Kroger's out there.
So like, let's say you kind of like, you're all over the place. Now, if you go back to what I was mentioned earlier, if you go to that pricing health, so type in pricing health on the search bar, it'll pop up. You just full screen that stuff. And there's a little bullet on there that says something like, we can shut your listing down for whatever reason we want. And then it'll say, if the item is close to your item, we can shut you down.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be your brand. So Amazon's going to shut you down for whatever they want. So like, if you're selling like, I don't know, a pen or whatever, they can be like, it's close enough. We don't like you. We're going to shut you down.
Gone. See ya.
But really what I want to talk about though is they're now smart enough to determine if you're like, I'm going to sell a 2-pack on Amazon. I'm going to sell the single on Walmart. I'm going to price my single at $5.99. I'm going to put the 2-pack at like $13.99. Amazon's going to say, even with different UPCs, different content, SEO content, they're now able to be like, you're cheating our customer. You're giving the better deal at Walmart. We're going to take that listing down. So you got to kind of be mindful of that kind of stuff. But yeah, so lots of stuff to think about, like building up to Prime Day, strategizing for Prime Day, making sure that you have margin for Prime Day, and then all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to wrap some of this back to Prime Day for you, Pete.
Yes, I appreciate that. I can
because we're kind of
we're way
I know, but it all applies. I mean, it all applies to the next Prime Day, and there's always going to be issues. Unfortunately, Amazon is not perfect. There's always going to be some sort of problems that arise, and you have to know how to deal with them. So, I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you there. So I appreciate the little bit of the pullback, saved me a little bit of work there, but. Still on the same vein, I agree. It just, everything is not going to be peachy. Everything's not going to be what do you guys say, you old people? Hunky dory. It's
the cat's pajamas.
Cat's pajamas.
I love how you say old people. What, dude?
Hunky dory. That's like, I guess that's more like.
What do your old people say? And then are you referencing Erica and myself?
No, God,
yes,
no.
You are.
No,
yes,
no, I'm not. No.
I took
have you said hunky dory and unironically like said it like, oh, everything's gonna be hunky dory?
I can't even pronounce that. That's good though. I might start saying that from now on.
Hunky dory, it's good.
Hunky dory.
G Willikers. Golly G. No, that's not one. Gosh, well, I don't know. Anyway,
all I know is you just gotta be prepared. Yep. Otherwise, you're going to have a bee in your bonnet the next time
there you go.
Have problems on Amazon.
If you don't plan, you plan to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail.
There you go.
There it is. There it is. Gentlemen, I want to thank you both for coming on today to talk to me about the recap of Prime Day. Again, I want to thank you both for coming on and really appreciate talking about how we did Prime Day wise, what we saw. We'll definitely have to do this. This will probably be a recurring episode that we have after BPDD, and then for Black Friday. Big Prime Big Deal Days, not Prime. I think the deals should be plural. Prime Big Deals Days, but I guess that would be two.
PBDD.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it should be Deals
really
Day. Maybe they only do one day and they do Deals Day. Prime Day deals. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll workshop. I'll call Jeff and we'll let him know.
We should have a whole podcast episode just on that.
So naming the different Amazon holidays. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Well, gentlemen, thanks again. For anyone watching, if you need any more questions about how to prepare for Prime Day, you can contact us, any three of us, at velocitysellers.com. And thanks for watching. I'm your host, Velocity Pete, and we will see you next week.